to lay some context on why these 7 words from the cross weigh heavy on my heart. I was reading up some scientific and medical journals, and experts say there are many reasons of that. One of it is lack of breathing, not being able to breathe. See, when a person is hoisted on a cross, like vertically, the shoulders dislocate, your upper body dislocates, and you're no longer able to use your diaphragm. So people end up having to use their feet to push their body up to breathe. And with a 4 to 7 inch nail going right through your feet, you can only keep that up for so long. And it weighs on me knowing that Jesus, struggling to breathe, experiencing all this pain, took time to say these words of love, words of grace, words for the church, words for you and me today. The first word says, Father, forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. I'm just going to walk us through 3 points. First point is relationship. Second is reconciliation. And third is recognition. So the first word and the first point, relationship, taking it from the first word, Father. And if you're like me, with like my chicken scratch theology, I'm like, oh, I get God's sovereignty. And I'm like, Jesus, why are you saying Father right now? Don't you get it? This Father, he has everything in control, which means you being in this position of pain and suffering is the Father's fault. Like just curse him and die, man. Like the other thief on the cross said, like you could be like thinking like that, like God in His sovereignty has allowed this. You see, Jesus' relationship with the Father wasn't dependent on his circumstance. He knew the Father. He truly loved the Father. And therefore, his circumstance did not define his relationship. His relationship with the Father is eternal. Second point, reconciliation, taken from the second word, forgive them. And I can't help but wonder, like one of the first times Jesus gets into this tussle with Pharisees is they kind of let this man who's like a group of friends bring this man who's a paralytic, they drop him from the roof. Jesus ends up forgiving his sins. He doesn't heal the man first, he forgives his sins, and the Pharisees there are like, who's this person to forgive sins? Only God can forgive sins. And Jesus is like, hey, just so that you guys know I have power, raises this man up, and this man gets up, takes up his mat and walks. And I'm like wondering, like maybe there's a Pharisee there at Golgotha. As soon as he hears forgive them, he's like, Jesus, do you get it? This whole forgiveness business is what got you here. My friends, Jesus got it. Jesus got it. There was a price that had to be paid. Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sin. Says God's word. So Jesus got it. The cross is a perfect and a beautiful image of God's forgiveness. A beautiful picture of God's love. It's a beautiful image of the payment that it took for our sin. The last point today is recognition. Jesus says, forgive them for they do not know what they're doing. I'm like reading them like, Jesus, they knew exactly what they were doing. The soldiers, they knew they were slapping you, man. Like they were insulting you intentionally. The Pharisees, they wanted the murderer out. They intentionally asked for him to come out and have you crucified. Like they were in like some trance. Like, no, this is like intentional action. Man, even your closest friend Peter, your disciple Peter, he intentionally said he doesn't know you. My friends, Jesus knows that. Jesus knows that. Yeah. But he also knows that none of them recognized Jesus for who he truly was. Yeah. The glory of God revealed in Christ. So maybe you're like the soldiers. Maybe you're sitting here, you don't care about Jesus. You don't recognize him for who he is. Maybe you don't care, you insult him, use his name in vain. My friend, Jesus recognizes you. He offers forgiveness. Maybe you're like Pilate. You kind of know Jesus is a good guy, you know he's innocent, but you're just swayed by what public opinion has to say about Jesus. My friend, Jesus recognizes you. You're up his forgiveness. Maybe you're like the Pharisees. Maybe you're offended by Jesus and his teachings. My friend, Jesus recognizes you. He offers forgiveness. Maybe you're like Peter. Maybe you proclaim Christ. You call him Savior. You call him Messiah. But maybe he's not the Messiah that you thought he was. My friend, Jesus recognizes you. He offers forgiveness. Just want to conclude, and as I'm concluding, I just want us to conclude these few things. Do we recognize Jesus for who he truly is? And in that, do we recognize that we are sinners in need of a Savior? Do we realize that there is true forgiveness in Christ? And if we do, and if we have experienced that forgiveness and have surrendered our lives, do we realize that there is an eternal relationship with the Lord?